Hello and welcome to another review of the best map category for the 2017 Farming Simulator mod contest. And the map we will be looking at this time will be called, is called East Coast Hills. And this one is essentially a Canadian map, as I understand it. There's very little information on the page, the description page, but it's down as East Coast of Canada. It is by a guy called Trax, Trax, and we shall jump straight in. So let's get everything deselected except for the map. And just in case we want Land Rover, we've got the Land Rover. So let's load up and see what we've got. So we do have one error. Well, at least was that one or was that two errors? Two errors. There's two tip trigger errors. It looks like that's unloading the base save. There's duplicate IDs on the save file. So not a biggie, but still it is a minor error. So let's load up. Here we are on the farm. We've got a nice little farmhouse there, American style house, some big sheds. What's that? Okay, so let's take a look at the map. So we're loading this one up. So we have some pretty big looking fields on this map. Yeah, that's all grass. So we've got I'm trying to find the top map to 30. We've got 30 fields here. Can't see a 31 anyway. Variety of shapes and sizes. We have some very square ones like these. We've got some angular ones like those. These are interesting because they're almost combined into one, so you kind of ripple by this and you'll have one big field. You've got some, we've got some squares, we've got some ones with a bit of angles. The farms are split. We've got chickens and pigs down here, we've got cows up here and sheep over here. So various things are scattered. Standard fruit types on the map. In terms of fields we own, day one as it were, we own field 12, and I think we've got field 17 as well, so we have two fields. We start off with two fields. It looks like there's forestry on this map as well. In terms of sale points, there are a grand total of 9. There's a port on here as well, I guess. We have various sale items, but just the standard sort of things. Let's have a look. There are no animals to start with, and we have a silo capacity of 100,000. Okay, so let's look at what equipment we have. Well, we have a Zetor Forterra HD. We have a Deutz-Fahr Agrostar 6.61, a Case 1660 axial flow with a 14-foot header. We have a Metaltech DB8 trailer and a Farm Tech TDK 1600 and a Horsch Torano 4FX cultivator. We have a Kuhn Viromaster 153, a Knaveland Optima 5 and a Knaveland Exacta EL 700. So we have one seeder which does sunflowers, corn, beets, and soybeans, and we have a fertilizer spreader. We have a Lizard barrel weight and a pickup truck. We don't have a seeder for normal grains, so we only have this one which does sunflower and corn and soybeans. which is a little odd, so you're going to have to buy your own. So let's take a look around the farmyard. So here we have a very large shed, nice big shed. What we have here, we got another shed there. Little, are these size? Yeah, these are silage clamps, little silage clamps. Little storage shed. This is actually, I think it's known as a Woodchip Shed when you kind of get it in the GE editor, but it's been used here for the seeds and stuff. I don't know. I think they're just they're not placeables. They're or like permanent. They are actually, I think, just stacked items, but I'm not sure. Right, what have we got in here? Nothing. Nothing in the big shed. We have a big tank here, which I'm intrigued what it's for. We'll find out in a minute. That is slurry. Big slurry tank. Very big. This is our cows. So that's the feeding trough. This is one of the kind of standard-ish cow sheds, if memory serves. You'll see in Farming Sim. We have water here. Nice big cow pasture. I'm looking for the grass. The grass is over here, so you can come load it from this side. We've got, I'm just kind of looking for, I can see woodland around us in various locales. There's some there. They're all pine trees, which is good for us to cut down and use for whatever. And that is kind of the main farmyard. And there's a road out here. It's a nice little gravelled road, and that goes to the main road, I guess. Is here, and off it goes. There's some nice little detail here. I just noticed this. There's a nice little traffic island. That's quite cool. So yeah, it's kind of nice road detail. Okay, so let's sort of scoot around the map and have a look at various things. So we're going to go to the north here. Actually, yes, we'll go to the north and we'll go clockwise today. Well, on this review. So here we are at the spinnery. I seem to be inside a building. So that is unfortunate. Okay, I wonder if there's a way we can get out. We'll go to the animal dealer. Okay, yeah. So let's kind of rejig this. So it's standard animal dealer from Goldcrest. It is not out of place here on this map because it's a Canadian map. So the names and everything else, yes, it would be nice if they were changed, but the style of buildings, the names of the stores and stuff. We've got a little town here, are not out of place. On a kind of European, say German map, they are. On a UK map, not so much, but on a map for Germany, for instance, it is a thing. Maplefield Visitor Centre, which kind of does go with a nice Canadian flag up there. This is the spinnery. So when we spawned in, we actually spawned in on inside that building, I think, or was it this building? This building. So that is our sell point for wood. So you just got to be careful of that. We've got quite a windy entranceway actually. Looking at this, to get into here, you've kind of got to wind your way through this sort of quite narrow tree-lined area from this road, which itself kind of goes off thing. We do seem to have I'm kind of just running this way because I'm kind of intrigued what's over here. It sort of it kind of dropped off and disappeared, but they've actually put a little cliff face, and then you've got a goes down to the sea. That's pretty cool. Little batches of sand and stuff. That does look good. We'll take a look at this properly from the air as well later. So it's got a nice little town. We still have some of the Goldcrest things here, like Goldcrest Valley's Farmers Union, but not a biggish deal because again, it is in keeping with the map style and the locale of the map. So we've kind of covered that here. Let's go down to this area here. We've got the port. So this is a sail point. Quite standard straight through drive sail point. This is a rail sail point. So I think we have trains on this map. We've got quite a bit of stuff around here. There's some nice buildings. We've got some silos. We've got some storage bunkers. We've got a train line, obviously. We've got some sheds. Some containers there. I am intrigued to see if there's actually any ships. It would be interesting to see if they've got any ships. We can fall into the ocean. There's a nice little lighthouse over there, which is quite nice. So this is pretty good. This is the port, but there's no ships in the harbour today. But it's quite well laid out. It does look like a port. They've taken a lot of the usual sort of things that you have on a map, kind of adapted them to the port. So we've even got the crane arrangement, which is for the rail, but also can sort of be used for the port as well. We've got a weighbridge and the silos. That's quite nicely laid out. Let's head south now to the chicken coop and the pigs. We're in the chicken coop, so let's try the pigs. That's unfortunate. So there's a couple of little annoyances there. So this is the pigsty. This is the kind of feeding area, really. No, we can't get out of that. So this is the sort of, I guess, the food drop-off area, or maybe animals. We have our slurry tank. So they've used the tanks from the digestate from the BGA for these, and it's actually quite nice. I actually like that. It's kind of cool. It doesn't look out of place. It actually looks in place pretty well. That's a sell point for the animals. Do we have water or something in here? This is the food. We've got two of the trailers here. That is, they've not been linked together, but they've been put in a place where you can link them together. So obviously you just grab this tractor and attach, and then you have them all linked together, which is pretty cool of the map of the modder to do that. We've got nice. I like this storage shed actually. This kind of cover. It's not it's not a shed. It's a drive-through cover, and it's actually pretty cool. It does look good. We've got a little farmhouse here. So the pigs are almost on their own little farm, which is kind of nice, and it's been set up that way. That's pretty good. So there's something down here. We'll take a look at it from the air in a bit, or we might just try and pop over and run over there. But let's carry on through here to the freight yard. So we have the freight yard. We have a drop off for goods. We have a weighbridge here, so that's pretty good. Got another crane arrangement, and we have a train. Do we have two trains? Oh, we have a train without a loco. So that is intriguing. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we have a train without a loco. At this thing, so the freight yard. So there's a normal sale place and a normal and a what do you call it? And a thingy. We've also got this. This is a massive solar farm. I'm wondering. This is not, unfortunately, linked up to you for making money. So there is a placeable for solar panels. This is a really kind of laid out solar wind solar farm, and this would be like an epic thing to have as a farmer. You know, you devote a field to your own solar farm. You've got some windmills there. The interesting thing is they're different. I do like the look of those. So you have a different model to them. I'm trying to see what they say on the side. Lizard. Huh. But they are actually pretty cool. Okay, so we've kind of hit down here. Let's head up to the sheep. So we've got our sheep. This is our sheep pasture we're running through at the moment. Feeding is done here. Animal load is there. Food and water there to run through. It's kind of off the road. Trying to see where the wool spawns actually. Guessing out here. Yep, we have our wool spawn point here. So wool parts. Another Canadian flag blowing in the breeze. Looks a little bit dirty, does that flag, but that's fine. So, okay, let's head next to the biogas plant. This is kind of a reordered. It's named the same as on Goldcrest and so on, but it has been kind of rejigged and moved around. We've got a couple of silage clamps there. We've got a couple of storage sheds. We have a silo king above ground. The digestate is down here at the side. I see that, but I'm just trying to see. There it is. So that's kind of hidden away down the back. There is a little pathway into the woodland and sort of around here. There's another silage clamp here. We have something over the road. And what is this? Another. Sure, this is drop off something. Not sure what this is for, but it's a sell point possibly. Possible sell point? I'm not sure actually. Just there's nothing kind of saying what this is, but let's have a go across there. This is a sell point, definitely. Grain sell point. There's a little weighbridge again. There's something there. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This is sell point for straw as well. So that's that. Where is the entrance? Some of these are pretty tight. I can't actually see. I'm possibly being very dim here. Oh, here it is. We've gone past it. The weighbridge. So there we've got the straw. He's put the little straw symbols on the side of the barn, but it's not the standard barn. That's good. There's something over there. We'll cover that in a sec. Not sure what this is. I think this is just an empty plot with some buildings on. Maybe nothing there to sell. There is, guess. Yeah, there's nothing there really. We do have something here. This is a grain drop-off location and storage. So this actually I think is the train. Because yeah, that's a filling spot, storage for the train. So I'm wondering where this train is. We've got another location here for loading to a train. And no train. Got a railway station here as well. And there we have it. So with here, this is the railway line. This is definitely a railway line we can use. Station Woodwork Factory. So that's this. So what we have is wood chips. We have logs. These are your sale points for those items. There is we were looking at just before. Bring those in there. We've got some storage and stuff here as well. Various buildings. We've got a little gas station here as well. Some pretty tight entrances to things on this map. And that is the BGA. There's a lot of stuff clustered in this area here. There's a lot of stuff. So the last thing we haven't yet to see is the shop. Standard shop, pretty much. Morgan's Massive Motors. Pretty big lot. So we've got a lot of space for purchasing. That's good. And it's got customization shared and everything. So that's pretty cool. So in terms of fields, let's kind of just pop down here for a moment because I want to kind of look at this, see what it is. We kind of came in earlier. This is a grain silo for the rail network, and yes, we have a train. This is where our train is. So we can get in this guy train system and we can drive the train. So that is the train system, and it goes all the way around the map here. And we can literally, you know, we put that into I don't know if we can go any faster. That is as fast as we can go. Just to kind of look, we are literally speeding along the bottom of the map through all the trees. There's a lot of woodland around the outside of the map. Some of it choppable, some of it not. We go past a few kind of nice little things. There's a little river. It's very picturesque as this railway line, and that goes all the way around the outside. We have the freight yard that's coming up in a second, which will pass through. The reason why I'm taking the train is that I'm actually wanting to have a look at something on the left after we go past the biogas plant. So here we go past the sort of the freight yard. We've got all the, it's really nice sort of kind of setup here. What do we got on the tray? We can do logs, we can do grain, we can do root veggies. So we've got most things covered on this train. So we can cover most things. That's good, and it gives you the ability to go anywhere on the map and drop off. As you can see, we've got going past the BGA now, and I'm kind of wondering. That's what it is. It's a wind farm. Right, that is a big wind farm. Okay. We've got various fields here we're flying past. There is a nice little seaside thing going on over there. House or something by the sea. What I'm going to do is jump out, and that thing's going to either stop or slow down eventually. But I'm going to go into the air and just take a look at some of the map from afar. So there we have the sea, the shoreline. So actually, that's nice. It's got some stuff in the water. I kind of wanted to look at this just to see what this is. They've kind of got a little beach area with sort of a leisure craft, as it were, a boat. The train has stopped on the bend. We're in the air, and once you get up in the air, you kind of notice how vast this map is. It is pretty big. I'm almost tempted to say this is this could actually be a 4x map, one of the bigger ones we've reviewed, and it's got a huge amount of wood on it. There is, and just looking at this, there is a huge amount of wood in every direction. You've got your fields down that way, but when you kind of look over there, down this side, you've got a huge amount of wood. It goes out into the middle here, and then you've got little bits, and then you've got another wodge of wood over there towards the town. There's actually, and that's another reason why I'm kind of going in this direction. There is a landmark here by the shop. Obviously, we've got the beach and everything else, and there's some stuff down there. Looks like it's for the railway line, which we'll drop in on shortly. But there is this. I'm not sure what it is. It's like a church or a castle or something like that. Very big thing. Really, really big. Looks pretty cool. It actually looks like a massive castle, which is kind of weird for a map that's supposed to be Canada, because this is not the sort of thing you would have in Canada. You would actually probably have, you wouldn't have this. This is a very European medieval castle. It looks great though. I don't know if you can get in the middle, go through into the middle. What we will do is we'll drop down and find out. I don't think these doors open. Nope. You can't get into the middle because there's a massive space in there, which would be awesome for a placeable. I don't see much space for placeables, but there potentially is. I do get the feeling there is a little bit of placeable space here. I just wanted to check this out. This was a little bit of a yard that's by the railway line. It's just a bit of decoration, but it does look really good. So this is really nice seafront. I do like this. I am impressed by this map. It's got a lot of space and a lot of detail. There's, this seafront does look really good, and it kind of drops off into the sea. You've got the sand in the hill there as well. It's pretty good. Let's kind of drop into a vehicle, bring up courseplay, and take a look at the fields that we own. So we have field 12. It is a 1.55 hectare field. We will have field 17, which is 2.55 hectares, and that's it. That's all the fields we have. Not huge. It's going to take some work to basically build up money to buy. Just to kind of look at a couple of field prices, something close to the farm. So field 20 is pretty big, and that will cost us 600,000. 7.81 hectares. It's pretty big, but for this map, let's have a look. Let's have a look at field 11, which is the next one after field 12. That will cost us 350,000. That's 4.35 hectares. If you wanted to pick up 10 as well, that would cost you 492,000. That's 6 hectares. They are separated by trees, but they are small trees, so it could be that we can literally cut these down with a chainsaw and then basically widen this field. So there is edging to those, and you can sort of reshape the field to suit. I wanted to just check over here. The reason why I wanted to check over here is I wanted to see what this was. So this is the Winston tree nursery. So it's not a placeable spot, unfortunately. It's just a decorative nursery. That is the solar panel farm that we saw earlier. It is actually a shame there's not really any space for placeables on here. Potentially you could do something, but it is very tight in a lot of places. There's a lot of stuff packed into these areas and around here. But we do have, you do have quite a lot on this farm. Let's just check over here. I wanted just to see. There is what signs of something. This is the spot for this guy, and the massive wind farm. Okay, so with that, this is a really nice looking map. I do like the look of it. I think in terms of what to rate it, there's a good amount of detail. It's well sort of laid out. The fields are good sizes, but they're all tree lined, or they're very tightly packed together, which basically means you've got no wiggle room around the fields at all. So headlands are going to be important, and all that stuff. Course play will obviously help here, but you are going to have to work hard to kind of deal with these. Very little space that can be attributed for placeables, but there may be something you can do. The fields are rolling, so they're not billiard table flat, so you can't turn over one of those fields for that. But it's a really nice laid out map. There's a lot of stuff on here. There's a lot of forestry on here. It's a Canadian map, so I expect it to be lots of trees, and there are lots of trees. I would probably want to add some production around that logging side of things to this map if I was playing this. So with that, I think I am going to rate this I think we're going to go with I think we're going to go with a 4. There are a couple of little things that let this down. The lack of placeable space is an element, but also from my point of view, things like mixers for animal food would be really useful. There is issues with the fields. They're very tight, so it's going to make it hard to work these fields. And some of the labeling on the map isn't particularly good. There's some stuff that's just not labeled as well. So with that, I say I would, if we could do 4.5, I'd do 4.5, but I'm rounding down for basically the halves. So this one's going to be a 4. So with that, this was latest scenario reviews for the best map category for the Farming Simulator Mod Contest 2017. The map is known as East Coast Hills, and it is a Canadian map. So with that, if you liked the video, it's found it useful, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of the reviews that I'm doing for the mod contest, please subscribe to the channel, and they'll all basically you'll get notified of them all through that. With that, thank you for watching, have a great day, and goodbye.